As a Kim Commando listener, you get a great deal. You'll get 50% off plus a 30-day money-back guarantee. I trust Kaspersky Lab, and so should you. Learn more at Kaspersky.com. Use promo code KIM, and you're going to get 50% off plus a 30-day money-back guarantee. That's Kaspersky.com, promo code KIM.
Stream KPEL anytime, anywhere. The Radio Pup app, proudly served up by Acadiana Restaurant Supply.
And good morning. Welcome back to Acadiana's Morning News. Baby, I need your love. Hey, I have a thing for Motown in the morning, Brandon. I don't know. I looked straight across, and still said Bernie, you know. Moon calls Bernie Brandon the whole time when she feels in for you.
And then today he's going to call me Bernie.
And then he's going to call you Bernie.
That's exactly what he does.
So big things going on. One of the coolest things that I love in our area is the Acadiana Symphony Orchestra. You hear orchestra, you hear symphony, you think tired and boring, but that is not what happens here in Acadiana.
Absolutely not.
The new executive director of Acadiana Symphony Orchestra, Dana Baker, joins us. Good morning.
Good morning.
So lots of big things coming. Now, I'll tell you, I was not a believer at first.
Okay.
I thought maybe I'm not a symphony guy. I went to a couple of the events. It was Rolling Stones, the Beatles, Led Zeppelin. And I left there with, number one, an entirely new love of what orchestral instruments do and what they can sound like, and separately a new appreciation for what kind of things happen right here in our area.
It's pretty amazing.
You don't need to go to Houston. You don't need to go to New Orleans. We have a great symphony orchestra right here.
Yes.
Some big things coming up this fall. First of all, congratulations. You're a former Town Square media events manager.
That's right.
You did a little event as well, Festival International, for a while too.
Way back.
Small, tiny little thing, way back. But now you're doing this, and it's great.
Yes.
We're so happy for you.
I'm so happy too.
So what's going on?
Well, we have, it's Christmas season. Yeah. And we have Magic of the Season with Zachary Richard and the Symphony. It's going to be an amazing show. It's next Thursday, my birthday eve.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Was that your first order of business?
This is my first event.
Let's plan an event to celebrate my birthday.
No, there's usually a company Christmas party ends up on my birthday, but no, but Magic of the Season, I'm so excited about that getting to be my first show. And it's so fitting that Zachary Richard, gets to be the first, performance that I get to be a part of as the executive director.
It's so great. I think this sort of thing, it's where you can start to build traditions.
Yes.
And my deal, I have 2 young girls, so we try to, and my dad kind of made fun of us over Thanksgiving and was like, y'all start a new tradition every 2 years. And y'all change it. I'm like, but we got to find what's right.
Right.
And so this kind of thing, now the girls are old enough to know. They're old enough to know the music. They're old enough to appreciate, wow, that's really beautiful music and the whole experience and getting dressed up. Because who doesn't like getting dressed up in holiday season and going somewhere?
And then Santa's going to be there taking pictures.
Wow.
Holbrook will be taking pictures.
Okay, so where is this?
This is at the Hyman.
Okay.
Hyman. And then, of course, this is all thanks to Lafayette General and, of course, Jones Walker.
Yeah,
making this event possible.
Nice little neighbor.
Yeah.
Lafayette General.
Yeah.
The kind of neighbor. They bring over cookies.
Little neighbor. Yeah.
So what do we have to look forward to? I mean, as you kind of dive in with the orchestra,
well, yesterday was just my first day.
I know, you should have these answers ready for me. Come on.
Well, we also have a New Year's Eve gala, and it's at the hangar at the airport.
Wow.
It's called Fly Me to the Moon.
Wow.
I love a good theme.
I know you do. and not to mention, you've been trying to find a theme to put in a hangar at an airport for as long as I've known you.
I can't take a lick of credit for it. The Acadiana Women's League, they are amazing, and they're putting this event together for us and to help us.
Yeah.
And Jet 7's playing.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, of course, you had to have Jet 7 in a
hello.
hangar, Fly Me to the Moon.
Is there anything else?
I'm liking it. Well, you'll have to have you back on to talk about that more.
Oh, for sure.
Once we get past Christmas.
Well, sure.
Hey, you have big plans for Christmas?
Yeah. I got a lot of stuff happening this Christmas.
Well, starting a new job.
Yeah.
I try not to do anything around, when you get married and it's like, no, our wedding day can't be on a birthday. It can't be on a holiday.
Right.
Or whatever, because you want your own day.
Sure.
You started a job this close to Christmas. That's awesome.
And right. Isn't it awesome?
Over there in the oil center. Enjoy it.
Yeah, I will.
Enjoy the Christmas lights over there.
Yes, I am.
All right, Dana Baker, the new executive director of Acadiana Symphony Orchestra. Lots of things to come. We'll We'll put information about the upcoming event and also as we get it,
and where to
the
get
New
tickets.
Year's Eve event. Yeah, where can you get tickets?
AcadianaSymphony.org or Ticketmaster.com or the Hyman Center box office.
Perfect. All right, great information. 6:26 now. Coming up, Brandon's got a look of news, weather, and traffic. Stay with us.
I wonder if this is going to clear up before your practice tonight.
Get your updated forecast at the top and bottom of the hour. News Talk 96.5. KPEL.
It's getting cooler, and holiday parties and festive gatherings have taken the place of water sports and camping trips. Save space in your yard or driveway and keep your toys safe and secure at LA92 Storage at 1094 Smead Highway in Broussard. LA92 Storage in Broussard offers covered and open-air storage for boats, RVs, and trailers. A brightly lit, secured lot ensures peace of mind that what you leave now is what you'll pick up later. Call Jeremy today at 962-2379. LA92 Storage, just across from La Triomphe on Highway 90 in Broussard.
If you or someone you know is addicted to drugs or alcohol, please store this number or call right now. 800-560-7804. That's 800-560-7804. By calling Aid in Recovery, you're in safe hands with access to the best treatment centers across the country. Their advisors are ready to match you with a proven treatment center that will help you end your drug or alcohol addiction once and for all. Don't waste any more time with drugs or alcohol. Your future is still a bright place. Let Aid in Recovery help you break your addiction to drugs and alcohol before it's too late. This call is completely confidential, and if you have private insurance, there will be little to no cost to you. Even if you've already been to treatment, give us a call. There's no need to let drugs and alcohol ruin your life. Make the one call count. Call Aid in Recovery at 800-560-7804. That's 800-560-7804. 800-560-7804.
Hey, it's time for the News Talk 96.5 KPEL Community Calendar. There's a holiday car show Saturday, December 10th at Courtesy Chrysler Jeep and Ram in Burrow Bridge. When you enter your car, truck, or Jeep, all the proceeds go to Toys for Tots and Susan G. Komen. It's $10 and an unwrapped toy. Whole lot of family fun here. Log on to courtesybrobridge.com/Christmas. Little Scientist, a science-themed story and hands-on experiment at the Lafayette Public Library for youngsters 3 through 5 is Friday, December 9th and Wednesday, the 14th. Get more info, log on to LafayettePublicLibrary.org. And there's a Christmas show featuring Mike Anderson at the Iberia Parish Library main branch, Sunday, December 11th, starting at 2 p.m. Whole lot of family fun with this one. Call 364-7024 for more details. Free offers only on McDonald's mobile app. Download the app now and discover delicious deals and McCafe rewards. Download McDonald's mobile app today.
Covering Acadiana, live and local, this is KPEL News.
52 degrees, cloudy conditions. Your complete forecast is coming up. For KPEL News, I'm Brandon Como. Our top story, California Governor Jerry Brown expressing his condolences to the families of the victims of last Friday night's warehouse fire in Oakland.
Obviously, it's a terrible tragedy.
At least 36 people are confirmed dead, and that number could still rise. Meanwhile, members of the Oakland community are remembering those lives lost in the warehouse fire as the death toll again stands at 36. Now, officials have warned that the number could still rise. The city's mayor was among those in attendance, but her presence at the vigil did not sit well with many. She was met with boos, obscenities, and calls to resign. President-elect Donald Trump is resuming his thank you tour. Trump will speak at a rally in Fayetteville, North Carolina. He's making the rounds of several swing states that he won on November the 8th. He'll speak in Des Moines, Iowa on Thursday and Grand Rapids, Michigan on Friday. Former Vice President Al Gore had a somewhat surprising meeting yesterday with Trump. For that and more, here's the road to the White House.
Vice President Joe Biden is leaving the door open for a presidential run in 2020. When asked if he was serious, the 74-year-old explained that he won't commit to not running.
I'm going to run in 2020. But for president, what the hell, man?
He added that he's not committing to anything because fate has a strange way of intervening. Former Vice President Al Gore says he had a meeting at Trump Tower in Manhattan.
The bulk of the time was with President-elect Donald Trump. I found it an extremely interesting conversation.
Gore also met with the president-elect's daughter, Ivanka Trump. They discussed climate change issues, and Gore says the meeting was, quote, a sincere search for areas of common ground. President-elect Donald Trump continues to round out members of his cabinet, choosing Dr. Ben Carson as Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. Today he also continues a series of victory rallies, with one being held in North Carolina. That's Road to the White House. Joe Gomez, NBC News Radio.
You heard the nominees for Trump mentioned earlier. Well, Connecticut Senator Richard Blumenthal is calling for the tax return of President-elect Trump's cabinet nominees.
The only way to drain the swamp or even begin to diminish it is to require full disclosure of tax returns for the 3 years preceding their nomination.
Blumenthal says the nominees are highly successful and include at least 3 billionaires. The senator says he's presuming the nominees have nothing to hide and would be more than willing to provide those tax returns. Stepping into local news, now local and state news, a man from Memphis is behind bars here in Lafayette for allegedly raping a 15-year-old girl from the Acadiana area. Lafayette PD spokesman Carl Ratcliffe says 33-year-old Tavares Adams was arrested for third-degree rape. The teen was reportedly a runaway at the time of the incident. A new survey out of Tulane reveals U.S. Senate candidate Republican John Kennedy has a healthy lead in the race against Democrat Foster Campbell in the runoff.
Brian Brox, associate professor of political science at Tulane, says they found 59% of the respondents said they would vote for Kennedy, while 40% said Campbell is their choice. He says he was always known that the Republican would be favored in this race.
And it was just going to be an uphill battle for Campbell from the get-go.
He believes many voters feel that since Republicans will control the Senate, they'd rather choose a candidate that would contribute to that power.
Whereas voting for the Democrat means another member of the minority party.
The runoff election takes place this Saturday. I'm Michelle Southern.
We can expect to see some Louisiana leaders working in the Trump administration, either in the cabinet or administrative positions. That's according to Public Service Commissioner Eric Skrmetta, who led the Trump campaign in Louisiana. He says federal lawmakers from the state are recommending Louisiana residents to the transition team.
The congressional delegation is making a very large effort to coordinate recommendations to Washington for people who are qualified in Louisiana.
Skrmetta says the president-elect has chosen strong leaders for the positions he's filled so far, including appointing Dr. Ben Carson as the secretary for the Department of Housing. Skrmetta says he's even thrown his hat in the ring for available positions in the new administration.
I'm interested in serving in the administration. There were several positions I put myself in the name for outside of Louisiana and other things in Louisiana.
Meanwhile, the Crescent City will be featured as the central time zone location for Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve nationally televised show. Emily Gunn has more.
It's the first time in the show's history that there is a central time zone countdown.
That's local representative for Dick Clark Productions, Gary Solomon, who says it's a great honor to be on the same playing field as Times Square in New York.
Ryan Seacrest will throw it to the local talent down here.
And Solomon says during the cut-ins on the New Orleans celebration, they'll be able to show off the culture of the city and its history of having a good time. He says the celebrities who will perform in the French Quarter during the show will be announced in the next few weeks. I'm Emily Gunn.
Officials with the Camping World Independence Bowl in Shreveport are excited about their December 26th contest that pits North Carolina State versus Vanderbilt. Bowl spokesperson Stephen Nolet says the ACC and SEC matchup marks the second time in 3 seasons the two conferences have played each other in this bowl. He says both teams finished the season strong.
So we're expecting a really good game. Historically, 12 of the past 17 games here in the Independence Bowl have been decided by 7 points or less. So the chances are it's going to be a really great game here.
Kickoff for the Independence Bowl is set for 4 p.m. Nolan expects Vanderbilt fans are excited because they've not been to a bowl since 2013 and seem to travel well. But he says traveling on the day after Christmas can be tough, but
we hope that the people here locally and regionally are able to make it out with the day after Christmas being a federal holiday.
Louisiana Tech is also excited about its bowl destination. The Bulldogs will play 25th-ranked Navy on December 23rd in Fort Worth, Texas in the Armed Forces Bowl. Athletic Director Tommy McClellan expects this will be a high-scoring game. He says the kickoff is at 3 p.m. and predicts tons of fans will attend like in past bowl games.
It's an easy drive. Get in your car that morning, drive over to A&G Carter Stadium at TCU, watch the game, and then be able to drive back. And so we do anticipate a large crowd.
McClellan expects anywhere from 500 to 1,000 students will attend the game. He says they were presented the option to play Army in the Heart of Dallas Bowl or a top 25 Navy team, so they selected the team that would give players another new experience.
We feel like that's the better opponent for our team that we have. We have a pretty good team, and we feel like that's the better opponent, better matchup. And then also it would be a third bowl in 3 years.
This is Steve McKenzie for the One Nation Under God Foundation. We believe Christians have a biblical duty to vote Saturday to select our next United States Senator. In Luke 20:22 through 25, Jesus says, "Render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and render to God the things that are God's." We as Christians have a duty not only to pay taxes, but to take responsibility to select those who govern us. Only one candidate will protect the First Amendment rights of Christians to freely exercise our faith, free of government interference. Only one candidate has promised to oppose taxpayer funding of Planned Parenthood. Only one candidate believes that marriage is exclusively between one man and one woman. Be sure to cast an informed vote based upon your Christian values on Saturday. May God bless you and your family. Paid for by the One Nation Under God Foundation, a tax-exempt committee. Visit our website at oneundergod.com.
He called Obamacare good for us, good for the economy. And that's exactly why Foster Campbell is wrong for Louisiana. Campbell wants to keep Obamacare, even as healthcare premiums double and triple. Keep Obamacare, as thousands of Louisiana families lose access to their doctor. But that's not the only issue Foster Campbell is wrong on. Campbell wants to increase taxes on energy with a $5 billion tax plan that energy leaders say would raise gas prices by more than $1 a gallon and kill more than 10,000 energy jobs right here in Louisiana. Foster Campbell. He might think his ideas are good for us, good for our economy, but they're wrong for Louisiana. On Saturday, December 10th, say no to Foster Campbell. Say no to another Hillary Clinton, Obamacare-loving, energy-taxing liberal Louisiana doesn't need. NRSC is responsible for the content of this advertising. Paid for by NRSC, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.nrsc.org.
Weather from the KATC Storm Team 3 Weather Lab.
Some low clouds and fog across Acadiana during the early part of the morning. Temperatures will start out in the upper 40s to near 50, but with some gradual clearing this afternoon, we should be able to get back in the mid-60s for your daytime high. Tonight, fair skies, lows in the upper 40s. Wednesday, partly cloudy early with clouds increasing in the afternoon. A high temperature near 70 degrees. Clouds returning as we head into Wednesday night. Cold front will approach. We'll drop back to around 50 for the low. And into Thursday, a chance for some rain during the morning as the front passes by. Temperatures will start out near 51, then fall back into the upper 40s by the middle part of the afternoon. Wind chills will dip into the 30s. Friday will be cold with mostly sunny skies and a high temperature near 49. From the Storm Team 3 Weather Lab, I'm meteorologist Dave Baker on News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
Your Ramsey Reality Check is on the way, and it's brought to you by Broussard Pochet LLP, Certified Public Accountants, your firm for a lifetime.
Here's nationally syndicated radio host and best-selling author Dave Ramsey with today's Ramsey Reality Check.
The first rule for getting out of debt is stop borrowing more. Don't borrow money and don't buy anything unless you pay cash for it. Second rule is to start working on the debts you already have. Put $1,000 in the bank for emergencies and then start paying your debts smallest to largest using the debt snowball.
To get free resources to take control of your money, go to DaveRamsey.com.
Hey, it's time for the News Talk 96.5 KPEL Community Calendar. There's a holiday car show Saturday, December 10th at Courtesy Chrysler Jeep and Ram in Burrow Bridge. When you enter your car, truck, or Jeep, all the proceeds go to Toys for Tots and Susan G. Komen. It's $10 and an unwrapped toy. Whole lot of family fun here. Log on to courtesybrobridge.com/Christmas. Little Scientist, a science-themed story and hands-on experiment at the Lafayette Public Library for youngsters 3 through 5 is Friday, December 9th and Wednesday, the 14th. Get more info, log on to LafayettePublicLibrary.org. And there's a Christmas show featuring Mike Anderson at the Iberia Parish Library main branch, Sunday, December 11th, starting at 2 p.m. Whole lot of family fun with this one. Call 364-7024 for more details. Free offers only on McDonald's mobile app. Download the app now and discover delicious deals and McCafe rewards. Download McDonald's mobile app today.
Your source for news, weather, and traffic to get you through the holiday rush. News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
There's a vacancy on the Supreme Court, and your gun rights are at stake. 4 justices support your gun rights. 4 justices oppose gun rights. Donald Trump's pick for the Supreme Court can break the tie. but only if the U.S. Senate votes yes. Make sure Louisiana has a senator who supports the Second Amendment. Make sure you vote for John Kennedy on Saturday, December 10th. Make sure your gun rights are protected. Make sure you vote for John Kennedy. He gets an A rating from the National Rifle Association and the support of sportsmen all over the sportsman's paradise. John Kennedy, the only candidate in this race who supports your gun rights. The only candidate for Senate endorsed by the NRA. John Kennedy for U.S. Senate. The NRA Political Victory Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. NRAPVF.org.
So what is foundation failure? With the soil conditions in our area, you'd think the subject would be common knowledge. But it is misunderstood, and the sad part is many types of foundation failure are preventable. But it starts with understanding the problem. Hi, I'm Kevin Bell with National Foundation Repair. Find out more, ask questions, and get the truth. Call us at 233-3258 or visit us online at nationalfoundationrepair.net. Because when it comes to the foundation of your home, ignorance is not bliss.
Foundation failure, a homeowner's worst nightmare. Bricks crack, doors stick, sheetrock breaks. The symptoms are clear and should not be ignored. Relax. It might not be as bad as it seems. Let the professionals at National Foundation Repair help you by diagnosing your problem and engineering a solution so you can rest easy once again. National Foundation Repair. We know foundation failure, so you don't have to.
In Lafayette, call 233-3258.
We wake up way too early to bring you the information to start your day. Acadiana's Morning News.
6:43 at KPEL. Welcome back to Acadiana's Morning News. Rob Kirkpatrick with Brandon Como, and we are in the Christmas spirit, especially when it comes to Lark's Acadian Village. Don't miss their 36th annual Christmas Lights Festival. Started on December 1st. It goes all the way till December 23rd. Classic carnival rides, holiday shopping, pictures with Santa, live entertainment, and of course, those beautiful Christmas lights that Acadian Village is known for. It's open every night. Noel Acadiana Village, the 1st through the 23rd. You can get more information at acadianvillage.org. In my hand, Brandon, though, I do have a 4-pack of tickets to Acadian Village, as well as 2 McDonald's prize packs. We're going to give away to caller 5. Caller 5 at 232-1542, 232-1542, 4 tickets to Lark's Acadian Village. Now, these tickets could be used any night of the week. I think a lot of people don't know that. It's not just open on the weekends. Yes, that's when you see the really long crowds and really long lines, but it is something that has, really, really happens every night, and you can go different times. Now, tickets are $8 in advance, maybe purchased 1 week prior to any event at the ShopRite locations around Acadiana. Tickets are $10 at the gate, and children 4 and under are free. But you don't have to worry about buying tickets if you win them from KPEL. A family 4-pack as well as 2 McDonald's gift cards. It sounds like a good night.
Oh, yeah.
Go have dinner at McDonald's, and you can do that one right there on E. Broussard, and then you come back down, and you can go to Acadian Village. That's kind of in our neck of the woods.
Yes.
New LED lights blanket Acadian Village's New Hope Chapel, helping to shine even brighter than ever. Lark likes to thank everyone who supports Acadian Village for the work that they do, and Brandon, it's just such a great thing to be out there, to know that you're really helping out such a great cause and seeing the beautiful Christmas lights at the same time.
500,000 of those lights. That's crazy.
That's unreal.
Yes.
It's unreal. All right. Caller 5 at 232-1542. We're sending you to Acadian Village for Festival of Lights. It's going to be so great. 6:45 now.
News Talk 96.5. Right now, traffic.
All right, taking a look at traffic right now. Fortunately, we have no traffic crashes or breakdowns to report at this time.
The dependable weather info you need to start your day.
I listen to weather reports because I need to know what I'm going to wear in the morning.
On News Talk 96.5, KPEL.
Hampton has it, and do they ever. Our volume and selection has never been better, and our deals have never been lower. At Hampton, our #1 goal is to make you a customer for life. Get the car that you really want right now at Hampton Toyota and take advantage of great financing deals. Hampton Toyota has fantastic lease deals available too, so there's no reason not to drive away in a new Hampton Toyota today. Visit us online 24/7 at hamptontoyota.com. If you want it, Hampton has it.
Ooh, Hampton has it. Hampton's hot.
Welcome to the News Talk 96.5 KPEL Community Calendar. Miles Perrette Cancer Services has their Giving Tree program going on now to help make Christmas a little easier for families battling cancer. Go select a specific ornament with a specific gift for a specific child, then drop it at their office at 2130 College Saloon Road. Get the details. Call 984-1920. Thursday, December 15th, Acadiana Symphony Orchestra has its Christmas concert, Magic of the Season, at the Hyman Performing Arts Center starting at 6:30 p.m. Get your tickets. Log on to acadianasymphony.org. And Thursday, December 15th, Acadiana Center for the Arts has It's a Wonderful Life, a live radio play at the ACA Moncas Theater in downtown Lafayette. That starts up at 7:30 p.m. Get tickets. Call 233-7060. Free offers only on McDonald's mobile app. Download the app now and discover delicious deals and McCafe rewards. Download McDonald's mobile app today.
Waking up all of South Louisiana with the headlines and information you need. Acadiana's Morning News on News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
– 6:47, and we have our winner on the phone. Good morning, Angela. How are you?
Good morning.
So here's the deal. Do you think you have people that you would be willing to go to the Festival of Lights at Acadian Village with you?
Absolutely.
So you're not going to go in an empty car?
Oh, no. We'll use every one of them. Thank you so much.
Have you been before? I mean, it's kind of a family tradition in my family to go out there, but I just think it's so great, such a great cause.
Yes, sir. Our church volunteers every year.
Oh, great.
The Pentecostals of Lafayette, and so we're very familiar with going out, and so this will be fun just to go and get to visit.
That's great. All right, Angela. Well, congratulations from all of us, and Merry Christmas, of course.
Thank you, and same to you.
Absolutely. Thanks for listening. We appreciate it. All right, at 6:48.
Buckle up before it jumps the tracks. The KPEL Topic Train on Acadiana's Morning News.
All right, Rob Kirkpatrick and Brandon Como sitting in for Bernadette Lee with your KPEL Topic Train this morning. Last night, a very emotional Joe Biden in the Senate after a cancer bill to speed up research for cancer drugs and the distribution of cancer drugs was renamed in his late son's honor. It was actually Mitch McConnell, who actually gave the proclamation in the Senate before the Vice President, Joe Biden. Very emotional, of course, as they renamed this bill the Beau Biden bill for cancer research and, of course, to get those much-needed drugs out, of course, to cancer patients. So really great. After what you'll see on social media this morning and hear a lot about, Joe Biden kind of passed by a group of reporters. And, of course, you know, Joe Biden, ever since the DNC, people have said he should have been the nominee. You know, he should have run for the Democrats. Did kind of say, it seems to me, I've listened to it a couple of times, kind of off the cuff, that, 2020, maybe he'll run in 2020.
He'll run in 2020. For what? What the hell, man?
Joe Biden, it's just funny. I mean, of course it's going to be something like that's a pretty serious statement to say that. Just kind of like, we'll see. We'll kind of see what happens. So we'll see what happens with that. Let's turn to the Michael Slager trial. The former South Carolina cop, Michael Slager, who was seen on video shooting an unarmed man who seemed to be running away from him on video. Experts say he was about 18 feet away. A judge declared a mistrial yesterday after at least one juror said he would not vote to convict Slager and said he would not change his mind. The state says they will have another trial, but right now it just kind of leaves everything pending. The Oakland fire. They were musicians and singers and students and artists, all really young, all living in that Oakland warehouse. Still learning more about the people who died. What they called that was the ghost ship in Oakland. One of those people who died traveled to the warehouse to perform. Another was an elementary school teacher, and one was just 17 years old. Now, since the couple who runs this area where people actually lived inside kind of blamed gentrification, big parts of the city being built up, forcing these people to live there. In one of the victims' words, that he had to live there. Right now, Oakland's dealing with that, and Oakland's mayor also under some fire. for really kind of putting a little bit of blame on the people who are inside this place, which was against the law. But, it's unfortunate so many passed along. The Syria civil war, Russia and China have teamed up to veto a resolution for a week-long ceasefire in Aleppo. The Russians said it wasn't the right time for the vote since talks it's been having with the U.S. are making progress. A U.S. official called all that a bunch of bull. Meanwhile, a 7-year-old Aleppo girl who captured the world's attention with her tweets posted a goodbye and said, "Pray for us." Just a terrible scene over there. Turning to Bill Cosby now, it was the deposition that completely turned public opinion against him, and now it will be used against him in court. Bill Cosby's admission that he had affairs and gave women drugs so that they would have sex with him is admissible. A judge just ruled that yesterday. Last laugh, a bad internet jokester mocked a house cleaner in Saudi Arabia for looking at jewelry and admiring it, posted the video online. Now, the good internet rallied behind her and showered her with gifts just in time for Christmas. And finally, at Amazon's new bricks and mortar store in Seattle, you don't have to stand in the checkout line because there's an app for that. You go in, Brandon, you shop for your groceries.
Mm-hmm.
There's no checkout lanes. There's no cash taken. There's no one even to take your money.
Wow.
You go through there, you scan on your phone the items that you want, and then you leave. They do a similar thing at a couple different stores around Acadiana, Sam's being one of them. You don't have to necessarily check out. But anyway, so very interesting. Could it be kind of the thing to come? All I think of is, well, you're eliminating people. You're eliminating that human interaction. I like my checkout people. I like them seeing, people here in Acadiana, Rob, more milk? Rob, milk? Really? Because I buy milk so much for the kids. I like that little bit of human interaction. So I just think, I don't know. Seems convenient, but are we really losing out by not having to have that personal conversation with someone? I don't know. Anyway, Amazon's brick and mortar store. Don't know if anyone's going to come around here, but I have a feeling our people wouldn't take too kindly to it. 6:53 now at News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
The Rush Morning Update. Weekday mornings with Rob and Bernie. Proudly brought to you by the dental offices of Samuel R. Moss and Danielle Descoumuse. Schedule your appointment at thelafayette.dentist.com.
Okay, so over the weekend, the Pentagon announced the release of a Gitmo terrorist. That leaves 59 still behind bars at Guantanamo Bay. Now, another 20 have been approved for release by Obama. As we know from hard experience, once released, some of them will be back on the battlefield trying to kill us. The West African nation of Cape Verde is the destination for the latest freed terrorist. He was captured in Pakistan with other terrorists. But we're told that he's a low-level militant with only terrorist basic training, so it's okay for him to be released. I guess so he can finish his advanced terrorist training with his buddies. CBS reports